Good morning, students. How are you? I hope all are safe and sound at home. Welcome to today's class. So far, we are going with the story Oliver Asks for More. Yes, now let us continue the story. Shh, said the gentleman who had spoken first. You know, you have got no father or mother, and that you were brought up by the parish, weren't you? Yes, sir, replied Oliver, weeping bitterly. What are you crying for? Inquired the gentleman in the white waistcoat. I hope you say your prayers every night, said another gentleman in a gruff voice, and pray for the people who feed you and take care of you. You like a Christian. Yes, sir, stammered the boy. Well, you have come here to be educated and taught a useful trade, said the red faced gentleman in the high chair. So you'll begin to pick oakum tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, added the surly one in the white waistcoat. Oliver bowed low, directed by the beadle, and was then hurried away to a large ward, where, on a rough, hard bed, he sobbed himself to sleep. Yes, so dear students, when Oliver went to the boat people they started, yes, talking to Oliver very harsh. So when he was told that Oliver was an orphan, then one of the gentlemen who had spoken first, what he said that, my dear Oliver, you have no father and mother. The person who had no father and mother, what do you call them? Yes, we call them as orphan. So the gentleman, one of the gentlemen said that, Oliver, you just remember that you are an orphan and you had been brought up by the parish. At least parish means a church committee. So Oliver, as you was an orphan, you had been brought up by the church committee, weren't you? Yes or no? They asked. Then Oliver said very modestly that yes, sir. And at that time, he started weeping bitterly. What is the meaning of weeping bitterly? Cried. Yes, what is the meaning of weeping bitterly? Cried sadly. Weeping bitterly means cried sadly. Yes. So as he was crying sadly, he said, yes, sir, I had been brought up by the church committee. Then, when the Oliver was crying, yes, one of the gentlemen who wore white waistcoat, he said, what did he say? He said that, why are you crying for? You just stop crying. Then what he said that, Oliver, every day, I hope you say your prayers every night. Oliver, I know that every day you pray to God. In another gentleman, he said in a bit harsh voice. Gruff voice means harsh voice. In a harsh voice, he said, Oliver, I know that every day you do prayers for God. But now onwards, you should pray for us. As a Christian, you have to pray for us because we are giving you everything. We are feeding you and we are giving all the comforts to you. You have been brought up by the church people, so that you should pray for the church people itself, not for anybody else. Then the boy refers to Oliver. What Oliver? Yes, sir. He said, stammered, mumbled. With a low voice, he said, yes, sir, I do prayers for you. Very modestly, he said, well, you have come here to be educated and taught a useful trade, said the red-faced gentleman. And another gentleman, how was he? He was a very red-faced, very angry man, he said. Oliver, you remember, you had been brought to this to educate, to give an education, to go for a good trade. Trade means nothing but business. Here you had been brought to educate for many kinds of different types of businesses, and so you will begin to pick Oakham tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, added the surly one in the white waistcoat, and another gentleman who wore white waistcoat. He said a bit surly. Surly means serious and angry. With an angry, what is it that? Oliver, remember, tomorrow you are going to pick Oakham. Mean next day, mean tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Morning at 6 o'clock, you are going to pick Oakham. Then, how did he say? He said a bit harshly to Oliver. Then Oliver bowed low. In a very modest way, he bowed, yes, sir, I go. And then, after, directed by the beadle, again with the instructions of beadle, he went to a large ward. And how was that? And it was a very large ward. And here it is. He slept on a rough, hard bed and sobbed himself. Here, sobbed means nothing but he cried very sadly. Yes, sleeping on the harsh, rough bed, he himself cried very sadly. So, dear students, so this is all about for today's class. So, from this class, we are going to learn short forms and long forms. Yet is weren't means were not. You have, you have, you will, you will. So, dear students, this is all about today's class. I hope you have understood well and we'll continue the story in the next class. Thank you.